My name is Carly Rise, and today I'm coming at you from my bookcase to talk about my favorite YA ships of all time. If you don't know what a ship is, then you aren't a fangirl. It means relationships, and it means lots of crying and sobbing over your favorite characters being together or not being together. So yeah, what with it being Valentine's Day, I'm gonna talk to you about my top 10 favorite ships in young adult literature. Number 10 is Luce and Daniel from the Fallen series by Laura and Kate. They aren't my favorite characters, and this isn't my favorite book series by far, but their story is so unique that I felt like it deserved a place on this list because Luce and Daniel are both fallen angels banished from heaven by God, and basically Luce lives her life like a normal human until she meets Daniel again in every single life, and they fall in love and she dies. Every single time. So basically this story is about how they fall in love and it kills her again and again and again throughout history. And then one time she just doesn't die, so they like band together with all their other fallen angel friends to figure out why this time is different and if they're able to break her curse and like go back to heaven. And it's a really interesting love story. Like imagine falling in love with the same person over and over again, and it's like, you know, destiny bringing you two together. I mean, the dying part ain't fun, but it's super romantic. Why is dying always romantic? I don't know, but it is. Number 9 is Katniss and Peeta from The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. And yes, it is fair to say that Katniss is wishy-washy about her feelings for both Gale and Peeta throughout the entire series. Katniss literally goes around kissing just like whoever is sad at any given moment the entire series. So like, Peeta is adorable and Katniss is hilarious and fierce, and like everything good about her and him and like just kind of cancels out her wishy-washiness, just due to the fact that she chooses him in the end and actually does have kids with him, even though she like talks about never wanting to have kids. I can just kind of like ignore Katniss leading everyone on throughout the whole series. Number 8 is Belly and Conrad from the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. And I don't seem to have the first book around here. I mean, I got this one, but whatever. So basically the book is about this girl named Belly, and her and her mom stay with her mom's friend and her 2 boys every summer for their whole lives at like a beach house. And she's been in love with the oldest son, Conrad, for as long as she can remember. But you know, over the summers we see her develop kind of, you know, a very close connection with Jeremiah, his younger brother, and there's like this whole complicated love triangle, even though the whole time you know that Belly and Conrad are like meant to be together, like it's all about them. And when they do end up together in the end, it's like, ha! Like Belly and Conrad are one of those couples where like, you don't just want them to end up together, you need them to. Number 7 is Anna and St. Clair from Anna and the French Kiss by Stephenie Perkins. Anna gets sent to a boarding school in France for students coming from the US, where she meets Etienne St. Clair and his group of friends, and she falls head over heels for him, like literally like right away. And it sucks because then it's like he has a girlfriend, and you could tell that he loves her too, but like he has a girlfriend. And I mean, I don't condone cheating, and like it sucks that like such a good like romance has to, you know, involve cheating, get in the way with another relationship, but I mean, they're so perfect together that like I can ignore the fact that St. Clair does end up cheating on his girlfriend. And what's cool is that's the first book in a trilogy with the 2 other books focusing on 2 other couples, and those love stories are really good too. It's just the Anna and St. Clair one is by far the best, and they both do show up in the next 2 books as like side characters in the other 2 couples' lives, and that's really cool to see. Like their relationship is still going strong for 2 more books, and at the end of the 3rd book they actually end up getting engaged, which is amazing. Number 6 is Jace and Clary from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Can't not talk about them because they're such an iconic couple. Jace is hilarious and cocky. Clary is annoying and whiny. But there's no ignoring the fact that they do make a really good couple, especially the fact that for a while there they thought they were brother and sister and they still loved each other. Thank God they weren't. That'd be incest, that'd be weird, but they aren't, so it's all good. So disclaimer, I hate Jace in the TV series. If you're watching the Shadowhunters TV series based off of these books, Please tell me you hate Jace too, and I'm not the only one. Like, Dominic Sherwood's fine, but him playing Jace is so bad. It's so bad. And like, Clare is okay, but like, I just don't see their relationship. Like, honestly, I'll put her with Simon before I'll put her with Jace in the TV series, if we're being honest here. But like, I'm like, nah. Like, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but like, movie Jace and Clary is fucking bae. Jace in the movie is fucking bae, but that's just because Jamie Campbell Bower is bae. Like, am I right? Actually, I'm not right, because a lot of people tell me I'm not right. Like, people don't seem to like Jamie Campbell Bower as Jace. I'm like, Jamie Campbell Bower is fucking Jace. Like, who are you? Like, I'm sorry, this is one thing that just like gets me going, because Jamie Campbell Bower is perfection. Number 5, hey look, I'm talking about this book again because duh, Magnus and Alec. Was I not going to talk about them? If I'm going to talk about Jace and Clare, of course we're going to talk about Magnus and Alec because they're like 10 times better than them. I'm talking real fast. Magnus is a warlock. Alec is a shadow hunter. They ain't supposed to be together. And also, Alec is gay and like in the closet until Magnus comes along and he's like, yeah, I'm not only gay, I'm gay for this warlock, bitches. Ha! And it's like amazing because Alex, like, a lot of times he's like more like dull and like, you know, all about the rules and like, you know, uptight. And then when like Magnus brings out the best in him and Alec brings out the best in Magnus too. Not that Magnus isn't awesome like most of the time, but like, you know, he like tames him. They have a baby together now. It's so cute. Number 4. Most people know that I love The Host by Stephenie Meyer, and a lot of that reason why is because of Wanda and Ian. Yes, the story is supposed to be about Melanie and Jared because it's Melanie's body that's been taken over by an alien, that alien being Wanda or Wanderer. And like, you're supposed to want like the alien out of Melanie's body so she can have her body back and finally be with Jared. But like, Jared's kind of a dick, and like, I don't really care about Melanie as much as I care about Wanda, because Wanda's the protagonist. Wanda is the like confused alien on a journey of like self-discovery, and you care about her. Plus, Ian is super nice and he's able to fall in love with the alien. How many people can say that they'd fall in love with an alien? Like, and like, it's really cute because they're in the same situation. Like, Ian loves her, but like, he doesn't even know what she looks like. Like, he's falling in love with like her basically inside of this other girl's body. So like, at the end where she's able to like take over another body and they can finally be together, like, everyone's like, oh, Melanie and Jared can be together. I'm like, fuck them. Juan and Ian can be together. Like, number 3 has to be Hazel Grace Lancaster and Augustus Waters from The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. You can't have a list about YA couples and not include these two. They are the YA couple. I mean, they're both dying from cancer, but in meeting each other and falling in love and being with each other for, you know, a short amount of time, they're able to, you know, feel what it's like to really be alive before dying. And it's like, it's really beautiful, and you can't read this book without sobbing hysterically. I mean, I have ranked this book as the funniest book I've ever read because the amount of times I've laughed like while reading this book is like far exceeds any other book that I've ever read, but it's also the book that'll make you cry the most. I know it's an anomaly, like, but that's what makes this book so fucking good. Plus, Augustus Waters is quotable AF. Number 2 is Sydney and Adrian from the Bloodlines series, which is a spin-off series of Vampire Academy, and like, this is such a good series. Like, I liked Vampire Academy, I enjoyed it, but like, this series, like, I feel like it's so close to my heart. I love this series. I'm like, I don't know why so much more. Well, I do know why. Because of Sydney and Adrian. Adrian is one of my top favorite male YA characters. Like, he's one of my biggest crushes. Because he's just so depressed and tortured that, like, most of the time that you're just like, you just want him to be happy. Like, you want nothing more than his happiness. Especially, you don't understand, like, when Vampire Academy was over and done, it ended with Adrian being heartbroken because of Rose, and like, it was not a happy ending for him, and I was literally shouting from like the rooftops, like, this cannot be how Adrian's story ends. That's not fair. That's so mean. I mean, I would have been mad if they had, like, made him end up with a character that's unworthy of him. Sydney is such a good character, like, in and of herself, because, you know, she's an alchemist, and it's, like, ingrained into her, like, her brain to hate vampires and to be, like, disgusted by them, and, like, they're inhuman. And then she falls in love with one and, like, literally would give her life for him. Like, he is her life, and they, like, end up getting married in the end, and, like, they would do anything for each other, and that's the kind of relationship that, like, anyone, like, should ever want. Yeah, just... Can you, like... not. Hey guys, coming at you from the future, and I had filmed this video like weeks ago, and then had the fortune of reading A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, the first two books in one of Sarah J. Maas's series. And I couldn't not talk about them in this video, so I was really mad that I had, like, not waited to film it, because if it wasn't for how strongly I feel about the #1 couple on this list, which is coming up, then the couple in those books would be #1. But instead I'm going to have to settle for #2 or, like, 1.5, I don't know where I'm gonna insert this in the video, but yeah, I just could not mention the couple in those books. And if you have read those books, you know what couple I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna mention them because it's totally obvious. If you haven't read the books, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, and if you have, you know who I'm talking about. Okay, well, back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm so excited! #1. Tessa and Will from the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Anybody who hasn't read these books, go read them now. Anyone who has read these books and doesn't love this couple, go die. No, seriously, just go. Will Herondale is my favorite literary character of all time. Male, female, animal. Will is perfection. Will is my favorite character ever. And that's saying something, considering he isn't even a character from Harry Potter. So when the series starts off, Will has lived all of his life thinking that he's been cursed by a demon to have everybody who loves him die. And it just happens to be coincidence that people have died. But it turns out he was never even cursed in the first place, and that's almost what makes it worse and sadder, because he has to push away everyone and, you know, and be cold and mean and rude just because he feels like he needs to, like, keep everyone safe. And then when Tessa comes around, like, he falls head over heels in love with her, and she falls in love with him, and they can't be together for the longest time because he's like, nah, like, I love her, I need to make her hate me. And that's so fucking sad. That's so sad. Like, unlike Clary from the original, like, series in this series, it's like there's multiple series in the Shadowhunters Chronicles. Like, Clary is, you know, annoying, but Tessa is really a female protagonist I can get behind. She's smart, she's, she loves books, she's brave when she has to be, and above all, she loves Will. And I love Will. And, like, when it turns out that Tessa is actually half warlock, and that she's not gonna age, and she's gonna live forever, but, like, Will's a Shadowhunter, he's gonna age, he's gonna die, and then that epilogue in Clockwork Princess, where Will is an old man and he dies in his bed, surrounded by Tessa and everyone that he loves. The epilogue is literally me crying about, like, a dozen times, like, off and on, off and on, off and on. And, like, the thing is, though, is I can't mention Tessa and Will without mentioning Jem. Because if you've read this book, you know that Tessa deserves and belongs with Jem as much as she belongs with Will. I mean, a lot of people who read this series will prefer her with one over the other, but, like, true fans of the series, I feel like, just have to love them both equally, because they're just, like, one big, like, family, and like, because Will is mortal and dies, and then Jem, you know, a long time later after serving his time as a silent brother, like, and he's not allowed to really have contact with people, and he can't even talk, and he looks different. Like, when he's made back into a like 20-year-old man, like 100 years later, then he's able to be with Tessa, and like, you can totally get behind it because she was able to live out her whole life with Will, and then she could be with Jem. So basically my number one entry is Tessa and Will / Tessa and Jem, because they're both just the best couples like ever. It's also why Infernal Devices is one of the best series ever. And so that's my video. So yeah, if you enjoyed, you know, hearing about my favorite YA couple ships, give this video a thumbs up, give it some love, it's Valentine's Day, and comment down below if you agree with this list, if you disagree. Who are your favorite YA couples? Are there any couples I left off? It was probably because I haven't read the book, so tell me and I'll go read them. And subscribe to my channel. I put out tons of book-related videos as well as beauty videos, unboxings, tags, you name it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.